Boom, 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 boom. Chickadee chanker, lads and lassies. How's it going, everyone? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another latest Manchester United news video for you. What's going down, people? How are we all doing tonight? Thank you for getting in here for the latest. There's lots to get into tonight, just to cover in the world of Manchester United and all this bloody European Super League rubbish. Which thankfully looks like it's going to be completely behind us now. So we'll get into all of that business and give you the lowdown and the latest on what's going on. Thank you everybody for joining and getting in here. I can see Aaron Homeyard, Rushmano, Finley Halpin, RGV, the Glazers out, Kitty Saurus, DD, Aaron Homeyard, Finley, the Kate Cadet, Berber, Andy Hammond, OSG Amazing, Marwa, Ehab, Primot, Joshua Whitfield. Thank you everyone and everyone else as well who's got in here at the start of the stream. Please do us a big favour and smash that like button, lads and lasses. Leave a little thumbs up on it if you have not done so. So, guess what? The main freaking parasite, the main cockroach himself, Mr. Joel Glazer, came out earlier on with an open letter to United fans. We'll get into that as well. The specky little twat. Anyway, how are you doing, guys? I hope you're all good. Thank you very much for joining us. So, yes, sorry if I've not said hello to all of you, but there's a lot of you in here. Let's get into this rubbish then, guys. So, Joel Glazer did indeed write a letter to all Manchester United supporters earlier. This came out about 4:35 today. I don't know if you guys read it. But just in case you didn't, this is what it said. He said, over the past few days, we have all witnessed the great passion which football generates and the deep loyalty of our fans have for this great club. Yes, that's right. You have witnessed that firsthand, haven't you, Joel Glazer? Yes. You made very clear your opposition to the European Super League, and we have listened. We got it wrong, and we want to show that we can put things right. Although the wounds are raw, ooh baby I like it raw, I understand that it would take time for the scars to heal. I am personally committed to rebuilding trust with our fans and learning from the message you delivered with such conviction. Yeah, this is another message we're going to deliver with such conviction. Get the fuck out of our club, hashtag Glazers out, guys. You know what I mean? That's the other message that you should probably clearly receive. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag Glazers out in the live chat. That's right, fire up. Damn right, fire up. Anyway, he goes on to say, we continue to believe that European football needs to become more sustainable. You, what? How much money you got, mate? How much money does Manchester United bring in every single year? How about, making, I don't know, the League Cup or the Auto Windscreens Cup more sustainable, twat face? You know? The Johnston's Paint Trophy. Whatever happened to that show? I don't even know if that's still going, but I'm guessing it is. How about making that more sustainable? Instead, we're worrying about all the rich fat cat clubs at the top. Anyway, he goes on to say, that's what they didn't understand, you see, about the football pyramid. They thought, oh, all United fans, or all Chelsea fans, all Spurs fans will be selfish and get behind this and think, oh yeah, more, better. But it's not. We understand that there is a football pyramid in this country that needs to be respected and treated with the respect it deserves. So, anyway, he says, however, we fully accept that the Super League was not the right way to go about it. No shit, Sherlock. In seeking to create a more stable foundation for the game, we failed to show enough respect for its deep-rooted traditions, promotion, relegation, the pyramid, and for that we are sorry. Yeah, you didn't give a shite, did you, bud? And you wanted to turn it into some shitty MLS model or something, or some American franchise model, where nobody can get relegated or you ever have any risk at all ever involved again. It's a disgrace. In seeking to create a more stable foundation for the game, we failed to show enough respect for its deep-rooted traditions. That's true. This is the world's greatest football club. That's also true. And we apologise unreservedly for the unrest caused during these past few days. It is important for us to put that right. Manchester United has a rich heritage, and we recognise our responsibility to live up to its great traditions and values. The pandemic has thrown up so many unique challenges, and we are proud of the way Manchester United's fans from Manchester and around the world have reacted to the enormous pressures during this period. We also realise that we need to better communicate with you, our fans, because you will always be at the heart of the club. We are the fucking club, yes. In the background, you can be sure that we will be taking the necessary steps to rebuild relationships with other stakeholders across the game. Yeah, because everybody thinks you're all vermin now. With a view to working together on solutions to the long-term challenges facing the football pyramid. Okay, yeah, well, let's not create new challenges for the football pyramid then, Specky. Anyway, he goes on to say, right now, our priority is to continue to support all of our teams as they push for the strongest possible finish to the season. In closing, I would like to recognise that it's your support which makes this club so great, and we thank you for that. With best regards, Joel Glazer. Love heart. Tongue out emoji. Anyway, No, those last bits weren't on there. But anyway, listen, fair enough. I mean, he came out with a letter and addressed the situation at the very least, which is more than I expected, in all honesty. But this is an absolute disgrace, guys. This is just simply, we know what this is. They've backtracked because they've been found out, basically, and because of the backlash. Otherwise, they'd be progressing with this and making their billions of dollars just as planned. So it's the fan backlash. It's the football world backlash, not just fans, but high up people in the footballing world thinking this was a disgusting idea. And obviously all the other clubs having a massive opposition towards it as well, guys. So yes, get in there, my son, fuck off. Anyway, Glazers out, guys. That's right, get the hashtag Glazers out in there. Bunch of evil, sick bastards, says Finley Halpin. Greed is the mother of all fuck ups, isn't it? No, money's the root of all evil. That's what I meant to say. Roshmano, thank you for the hashtag Glazers out as well. Gungshi, what's good? He says, how about getting us the players we need and fixing the team? Well, this is it, Gungshi. So I want to get into that tonight. So we are going to get into that a little bit later. I mean, there's a couple of things I'm just going to get into right at the start of this to give you the rundown. But yes, by the way, we've got over 50 likes on the stream, everyone. Thank you very much for everybody who smashed that like button. If you haven't done, leave that thumbs up. Also, give it a share on social media if you can. That would be sensational. But let's get into the latest news about the Glazers out, guys. So there is some rumblings to suggest that, because of what's happened here at Manchester United, because of the vitriolic backlash from the fans, and rightfully so, the Glazers may be more open to selling the club in the near future. Does that mean it's going to happen anytime soon? Well, I mean, it could do. We understand, obviously, Ed Woodward's leaving, but he's not leaving just yet. He's not leaving right now. He's leaving at the end of the year. Now, maybe that could be to help oversee the sale of a football club, guys. That's all I'm thinking. I've just got a hope and a tingling sensation down in my loins that maybe that could be the case. He's here until the end of the year. He could have just gone. He could have just resigned. He could have just finished now. Okay, there's some sort of handover period going on here with Ed Woodward, but maybe, just maybe, it's something to do with the fact that maybe there are plans to maybe get a sale on the go with the club, and maybe they would actually be forced to. We're talking about new legislation possibly coming into effect with the UK government making certain rules and maybe having a 51% fan-owned rule, that kind of thing. So we'll see what happens in regards to that. Maybe this is going to put them off. Maybe they'd like to get out sooner rather than later, guys. It's understood that the valuation of Manchester United right now is somewhere in the region of about £4 billion, which does add up, even in the current pandemic climate and everything. It's a huge commercial entity with millions of fans all around the world. It's always going to make cash. And for any potential owner, it's not exactly a huge risk even for $4 billion, because it's always going to have massive support by the fans and just be saved by the fans always. So it's around about $4 billion. They bought it for $800 million of bloody debt money. They stand to make a very large pretty penny should somebody who's more suitable come in and buy the club. But that's the big question mark. Is it going to be somebody more suitable? We don't just want another bloody Glazer Mark II twat coming in there. So hopefully we can get a good resolution that everybody's happy with. The Glazers are not going to have this club robbed from them. They legally own this club. We've got to get it back from them. But maybe there can be some provisions put in place by the government to ensure that does happen, guys. Because it is a disgrace, and the future of our game and this club need to be safeguarded. But yes, I mean, it's looking likely that that it could happen, because it's understood there is some interest. Some now believe the Glazer family could be more open to selling the club before. An advisor club said, I had 2 calls from major American investors. They wanted to know how possible it was that these clubs would be sold as a result. So the Athletic reporting earlier today anyway, that the Glazer family could be open to more selling the club, more so than they were before anyway. So that's pretty cool, guys. I hope this is the case. I mean, this could be finally the straw that broke the camel's back. They know we hate them. The only thing is they live in America. They don't go to games. They're not in the director's box. They don't see the reaction from the fan base. Plus, right now, there are no fans in the stadiums. That's why they tried to do this right now under everybody's when everybody was away. It's a disgrace, really, but that's how it is. They don't really stand. For trial at all from the fans, because they're never bastard here. They obviously live over in America, and they occasionally pop over. They probably won't do anymore. If I was them, it's the positions become pretty disgusting, where there's millions of people that hate you, who want you out of the club. Everybody's talking about getting the government involved and getting them out of the club this way. If I was them, the time would come now for me to move on. Absolutely, yes, T800 protests this weekend. Let's keep those protests going all over the bloody gaff, lads and lasses. You know, what I wanted to do today, guys, by the way, is release a video and set up a petition, but I just had some stuff going on today. I was completely unable to do that, my friends. But I really wanted to set up a petition and also to make another video about getting it out there to try and help. Look, I know there's probably other petitions as well, or just promoting those petitions, not setting up my own if there's a bigger one that has exactly the same information in that I'm talking about. 21 Nick P, how you doing? I'm good, lad. Thanks for asking as well. Thank you, Rushmano. He says subscribe to the channel. Absolute mon. If it's your first time on this channel, please do hit that subscribe and give it a like. The Vutinator, how are you tonight as well, guys? So yes, listen to this comment from K-State. He says, unfortunately, Woodward will still be overseeing the transfers this summer. Precisely, which brings me on to another point about transfers this summer. I don't think it's going to be a very busy summer for Manchester United because I do believe they should be getting ready to sell the club. There's an inkling there that could be the case because Ed Woodward is staying until the end of the year, maybe to oversee a transition in ownership there and try and help sell the club for the Glazers. That's my biggest hope in all of this. If that is the case, then yes, there's going to be very little movement in the transfer window from Manchester United. You might see them making some shrewd signings, some asset signings, a la Donny van der Beek, that type of signing, which is just cheap money. And if anything, it just improves your situation of having assets, so you might be able to get more value for the club. Because Donny is just an appreciating asset. He's not a depreciating asset like some of the other ones we've got, Matic, etc. He is an appreciating asset. So you might see one or two signings like that, but I don't think we're going to go out there and sign anybody massive. And if we do, that will probably be quite an indicator of whether or not the Glazers are going to sell the club or not. Because, yes, okay, I get what you're saying. You could spend 100 million on Jadon Sancho and get him into the club, and then your club's worth, you know, close to maybe 100 million more, if that's how you really want to look at it. But I don't think it truly works like that, in all honesty. So even if they did do that, I don't think they'd get the full... It's like if you put windows on your house. You might spend 5-6 grand on double glazing, but really it's only put about 3 or 4 on the value of the house. You know what I'm saying? New owner might not like those poxy bloody windows, you know? So it's kind of like that situation. And look, I just hope we do get some good signings this summer because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to improve the side. He's had a fantastic run with the gash players that he's got in certain key positions. He's done a brilliant job with them, really. But we are lacking in certain areas. And if he wants to take that title off of Pepe or whoever, then we have to close the gap by improving the positions out on the team. The Glazers are not going to do that this year, guys, I don't think, because it looks like they're probably getting ready to sell. I hope they are anyway. And if they do sign a player this summer, a big money player like an Erling Haaland or a Jadon Sancho, it's probably because they plan on bloody staying, guys. And they're just trying to appease the fan base, as they always do. As they always do, guys, by just when everybody's throwing their toys out the pram, just when everybody's turning up with bloody flares on horseback at Ed Woodward's house, that's when they sign the players. That's when they do the business. That's when they move. But until that level of backlash comes, they don't really give an arse about it, to be fair, guys. So I really don't think they're going to do that, especially if they're selling the club. But if they don't sell the club, they might sign a big player, in which case that'd actually be shite for us in the long run, guys. So I'm going to ask you this question, guys, and answer it honestly. So if the Glazers stayed right now, they've said sorry, all this shit, yeah, nice one, nobody cares, stick it up your jumper. That's what I would say. But they've stayed, they've apologised. If they went out there and spunkened and fully invested like they did with the bloody Tampa Bay Buccaneers or whoever they are, no disrespect to any Florida NFL fans, but whatever, that's what I call them because the Glazers own them, not because of your team and your history. Sorry about that. But anyway, if they do that, give us our Tom Brady, you know, so to speak, and spend a couple of $100 million, would you want them to continue as owners, guys? If you would want them to continue, that's if they spent, say, 200 million on the side, kind of like Chelsea did in the last summer. Proper investment, proper getting behind Ole to try and win the title. Smash a 1 if you would like that. Smash a 2 if you would just rather they just fucked off, to be honest with you, and Glazers out. So that's it. This is it. This is going to be... Let's see what you guys think. But this is basically going to be it, I think. This will be the summer where we find out their intentions at the future of the club. So there's a couple of 1s coming in here. Yep. Oh, no, he's changed his mind to a 2. Yeah, you see. Ricardo Bofa says 1. I mean, Rushmano says 2. So this is the thing, guys, because it probably will be the situation where it's one or the other. So if they are going to stay here and are going to try and appease the fan base, they'll probably spunk a load of money in the summer. maybe another loan, or who knows what will go on. But they might spend a bit of money in the summer to try and appease the fan base and to quieten us all down because the vitriol and backlash is massive. Or they're going to do the other thing, aren't they, and sell the thing. I think most of us are all in agreement for the future of this club, and not only this club, actually, but the game and the sport. We shouldn't have these parasites running this football club. They shouldn't be allowed to own the football club. The government should have come and do something about it sooner rather than later. So hopefully it gets them out. Yes, just bugger off, says Fire Up. Lots of twos coming in there. I love the fan base, though. That's it. Even if these guys did go into their pockets and put 250 million in, we're just like, we don't want you, because ultimately you don't have the real true interest of the team at hand. You know, it's all about making money for those guys, and we don't want that. I would love somebody who is a true football fan, or even has just some bare interest in, in football, to come in and own the club. We've talked about Conor McGregor. There could be worse people, man. Not that that's going to happen. That would be preposterous, but but it would be better than what we've got now, is the point I'm making. The Glazers are terrible owners, and they don't truly care about the fan base either. They're only coming out saying this with this statement today because Joel Glazer's worried he's going to get his fucking windows smashed in at home, probably, So I wouldn't take too much notice to his letter. They've realised that they've made a mistake because they've been found out by the fans, and everybody knows that they're just absolute money-grabbing, greedy buggers, and nobody wants to have them as our owners anymore. Liverpool's owners, over the last few years, they've actually treated their club much better than our owners have treated Manchester United, right? And they still, all their fans still want their owners out now, guys. Liverpool fans, they're a proper working class club. They've got deep history, deep rooted tradition, and they're not standing for this shite either. Just the fact that our owners could even take us in this direction is an absolute monster disgrace. So that's the opinion and the attitude of the Liverpool fans, and that's the opinion and the attitude that we should still all have as well. And I know all you guys do, because look at that vote we just did in the live chat. Every single one of you is still Glazers out, even if they were to invest heavily in the transfer window this summer. Gungshi, thank you so much here for a 670 NT super chat here, you Don. He says, thanks for covering this on a daily basis, Pig. It's good to keep up with everything and discuss/rant with so much going on. Absolutely, Gungshi. That's the only reason I'm doing it. Just jumping on to give you the daily rundown on all the latest news and going on. I've got a lot of information still to go through, guys, and a lot of quotes to get into and everything. So strap yourselves in, baby, because this one's going to be a screamer. And we're almost at 100 likes as well. Thanks, everyone, for getting in. Thank you for that, Gungshi, you legend. G-Wolf United, thank you so much. He comments and says, no signings this summer if it means they fuck off. Absolutely, that's what I hope happens too. And that's the most likely thing if they are trying to ready the club for a sale. Kabaki HD, hi there, how you doing, you legend? What's going on? Palmerius says, fuck the Glazers, the scummy bastards. That's pretty much how we all feel, isn't it? Yeah. Right then, I'm going to get into the latest goings-on in regards to this European Super League debacle and what it means for Manchester United right now, guys. As always, get your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. So, what this could bring about, obviously, we know Ed Woodward released a statement yesterday, and he obviously has announced that he has resigned from Manchester United, but he will be staying until the end of 2021. Of course, we've got to search for a new vice chairman. But in terms of a vice chairman, or it depends how you want to do it. I deem it a director of football is what we really need. But we are looking for a new vice chairman. It's understood, obviously. Now, we don't know whether that's going to happen before or after the Glazers sell. Hopefully after. Hopefully the Glazers sell soon. And this is Ed Woodward's final act as a Manchester United vice chairman, is selling the club to somebody better equipped. Then we could all probably say, do you know what, Eddie Woodward, you human potato? Wasn't all bad. At least ultimately we got the goal done in the end, But something tells me that that's not going to be the case, and it'll probably be sold after he's pissed off. But anyway, I hope that does happen, guys. But it does mean that there's a lot of other candidates that are being talked about as people who could come in and be Manchester United's vice chairman. Now, of course, the main guy that most people would want, and I would want as well. I mean, get your thoughts and opinions on who you would want as well, but obviously, it's Edwin van der Sar, isn't it? He's a nice bloke. He's very, very affable. He's a good football man, having had a very long career playing until he was 40. Manchester United legend, of course, saving the penalty against the Chelsea Scummers in the shootout, and all that he did before that as well. He's a United legend. Those are the sorts of guys we should be looking at to put in these clubs. But not only that, it's not like we're just putting somebody in this role who's not got any prior experience. He does have experience in a technical position at Ajax, which is a very good club who produce great talent, who have a great recruitment network, a great youth development network. And let's face it, they punch above their weight, really, in the European Cups and things like that generally. So I would think that having ticked off all those things on the box, he's a nice guy, he's a United legend, he's already got experience in a job in this sort of capacity and shown good acumen and good ability to get good stuff and good work done. It's a no-brainer, guys. Edwin van der Sar is the man for me, and I'm sure loads of you as well, yes. That's right. Edwin van der Sar says RGV Glazers out for fuck's sake. Give it Gary Neville, says Vincent Bullock. Yeah, well, look, this is what I would like to see. If not one person, then why not have a couple of different ex-Manchester United legends in there? Get Keno, get Scholesy, get Giggsy, get Edwin, all these guys involved. Maybe not Giggsy these days, but you know what I'm saying. But look, it's not only Edwin van der Sar that is obviously going to be one of the people that's talked about as a potential candidate for this, but he should be one. There's a couple of other people. There's Richard Arnold. So he's he's probably the most likely candidate for such a role here, as reported by the Manchester Evening News. Basically, he joined ahead of the 2007-08 season working as a commercial director with responsibility for the management and growth of the club's sponsorship business, retail merchandise, and apparel and product licensing business and digital media business. See, that would be shit. If they gave it to him, that would be absolutely filthful, Matty Judge or somebody along those lines. Nobody wants that, guys. We want an actual change. This should be the moment, if Edward was leaving, this should be the moment that United go from having some sort of a general manager, if you like, a vice chairman, to an actual director of football, somebody who directs all of the football business at the club, whether that means things like youth recruitment, youth development, facilities, all that kind of stuff. It's very important, and we need somebody that has a clear vision, somebody that's going to do what's best for the club, not somebody that's just motivated by money, not somebody that's just going to be another yes man for the Glazers either, because I think that's what they truly want. And we'll see the fibre of their being on this, whether or not they do appoint Edwin or somebody like that, or if they go for one of their little lackeys that they've already worked with, and it's just going to be an Ed Woodward Mark II. We'll see what they do. Hopefully it is with Edwin, guys. Yes, Bob 193047, it says it sounds like Woodward Mark II. Yes, exactly. I want David Gill, says Jennifer Gallagher. David Gill, says Ian Dawn. You see, that's it. The K Cadet, thank you for the £5 super chat, you legend. He says the top six should be fined £100 million each, and that money raised should go straight into the team struggling in the lower league football. Fantastic suggestion there, K Cadet. Yes, it's funny, isn't it? All of these clubs are getting together and moaning about this, and they want to have further changes made to the Champions League, I guess, to give them bigger pots of money still, when in actuality they've already got enough pots of money. It's the other clubs at the lower end of the table, the teams that are going bloody bust and are really struggling in the pandemic to pay their bloody tea ladies. Not the clubs at the top there who are furloughing staff and getting rid of their bloody Gunnosaurus Rex mascots, even though they're still making bank. It's a fucking disgrace, guys, isn't it, Thank you so much, the K Cadet, for that, though. But I do agree with you. Look, if you find these clubs, if you find them, that is going to hit them where it hurts them, especially in regards to the Glazers, because all they care about is profit at Manchester United. And if that was the final straw that got them out of the club as well, that'd be awesome too. I'd take a £300 million fine on the club just to get them out, guys. Because that would certainly completely make them just go, do you know what? There's no point even being here anymore. It's going to take us years to break even. We might as well sell it and make a profit and let the next person clear off the debt, Like, that could actually be the best thing to happen to us if we were given a hefty fine, but they're not going to give us a hefty fine like that. They should give the Glazers some sort of a punishment, though, in all honesty, especially because they had a hand in actually masterminding all of this. This wasn't just like, oh, Chelsea or Roman's gone, you know what, we don't want to get left behind, we're one of the biggest clubs there, or Tottenham even, you expect this from Daniel Levy, the little snake. You expect them, they're not surging, they're not leading the charge for this. Tottenham haven't even won a trophy for years, nobody cares about Tottenham's history. So they're not really leading the charge. So it was, plus he was vice chair of the European Super League, so Glazer in particular, Joel Glazer, has had a big hand in this. The United Way, what's good, you legend? He says Van der Sar will come in once the Glazers sell up. How do, Pig? Hey, great to see you. I hope you're right, dude. Yes, and I hope I'm right in what I was saying about Ed Woodward leaving at the end of the year just long enough to sell the club. I hope that does happen. Oh, Stuart McGreeny. Oh, gastastic. Did it finish 2-1 to City? Did it? Oh, bollocks. Let's go and have a look at that. I was keeping an eye on that, guys. Oh, shit, it finished 2-1 to City. Damn it. If only Matty Cash didn't get sent off in the second half, maybe they could have done him. Because obviously John Stones got sent off, got a red card just before half-time there. Shit. All right, that's a big win for Man City. That's a big shame there. We were hoping for at least 2 points drop there for City. But whatever, they have indeed beaten Aston Villa away from home. That's a big game, that one, guys. Might be a bit beyond us, but whatever. This season wasn't about realistically challenging for the title. And it's not over yet. It's not over yet. There's still 5 games left for them to play. But they're going to have to lose an incredibly high ratio of games compared to what they usually do. Is Beckham rich enough to buy our clubs as Eddie A? I don't even think Beckham is rich enough. But the thing is, it's not really, you don't really need one person to buy the club. Okay, it'd be nice to have an Elon Musk type person. It'd be nice to have a Jeff Bezos come in and just buy the club outright, clear all our debt and pump billions into the facilities and the playing staff and all that. But you don't actually need that. What we just need is like an investment group, a serious investment group, ideally of fans or ex-players or people who have a vested interest in Manchester United, who would buy the group. That is what you want. I would, I'd love to see, Gary Neville, Rio Ferdinand, Beckham, Scholes, Nicky Butt, Alex Ferguson, bloody, Mike Frieden and Evra and Scott, all band together and just chip in. And also, based on the fact that they are who they are, they could probably get money from a bank to secure the purchase of the club. And I'm not talking about, languishing the club at a shit ton of debt here. No, I'm just talking about a little bit if they need to. So, look, there's so much that goes into that. There's so much that goes into that, though, especially when you're talking about bringing in loads of different investors. So it's not all as simple as all that, but I would like to see it. I think that you're talking about a club valuation of about £4 billion here. That could be raised. I mean, if all of the fans in the world of Manchester United all bandied together and chipped into a supporters trust where we tried to buy the club off the Glazers and make sure we actually got 51% of the club, then I don't see why we couldn't raise that sort of a money, in all honesty. I know that does sound like a ridiculous amount of money, but how many hundreds of millions of Manchester United fans are there all around the world? I'm just saying there's something that can be done. We don't need to buy. This is another thing. We don't need to buy all of their shares in the club. We just need to buy enough of the shares or make them sell us enough of the shares back, or this group or whoever maybe might buy the club, so that the fans have control ultimately, or ultimately so they don't have control. It's not even about that. It's just more so about having them not having the ultimate say and lead us down the garden path. We need the Gillinator, says Gungshi. Yes, David Gill would be the man, wouldn't he? Thank you, the Vutinator. He says 300 legends in here. Smash that like button for the pig. Thank you very much, the Vutinator. Everyone else as well, much love. Welcome in, guys. Hope you're having a great evening. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me, guys. I just burped. That was rancid. Sorry about that. You know what it is? I'm having these Rubicons here, and it's fizzy. I'm sorry about that. Right, anyway. So, 4 billion is the price to get the Glazers out of Manchester United. Edwin van der Sar, he is the chosen one from all the fan base, it seems, and he's also the most likely to take the reins after Ed Woodward's finished, because he's the favourite currently with the bookies. Which is fantastic. He is being touted as replacing him anyway. So this is also being reported, guys. The owners of 12 breakaway clubs, not as powerful as they thought they were. Government legislation should be on the way. Football can't be run by people. Oh, no, sorry, this isn't a report. Actually, this is just the opinion of somebody, but it's a very good opinion. Can't be run by people who don't understand the game. The voicing concerns of supporters through the... So this is a statement here from AC Milan. Fabrizio Romano shared this earlier on today. The statement from AC says the voicing concerns of supporters throughout the world about the Super League project have been strong and clear, and our club must remain sensitive and attentive to the opinions of those who love this sport. So everybody just completely in agreement. This was a shite show now. So that was their statement from AC Milan earlier. The Big Six also have understood to have lost about £8 million each in the Super League after they pulled out. So just in terms of costs and legal costs and planning and all these sorts of things, and intent, they have actually spent about £8 million. This is a report that's being bandied around about £8 million. So wasting our bloody money yet again, lads and lasses, these twats, aren't they? What a sickening bunch of bastards. Leading us down the garden path and spunking £8 million to do it also. What a bunch of money-wasted idiots. It doesn't surprise me, though, with Eddie Woodward when you consider Ed Woodward spent nearly £1 billion, or actually £1 billion while he's been at the club on players. And we really haven't even got all that much to show for it over the years, to be fair. Who thinks they will sell, says Kieran Kennedy. Right, guys, that's a great vote. Smash a 1 if you think the Glazers will sell before the end of the year or within the next year, say. I'm going to smash a 1. I think they will sell, guys. I think the backlash has been so much here. I think they stand to lose money. I think they stand to have fines. I think they stand to be blacklisted by certain areas of the footballing world. I think they're going to sell, guys. So smash a 1 if you think that they're going to sell within the next year. This is the end. I think this is coming to the end, guys. I hope so anyway. What you have to remember is they don't really have much incentive to sell because even though there is a lot of backlash from the fans, they're not here to see it. They're over in America. Another thing, there's no fans there at the moment anyway, but another thing is it does make them a lot of money, guys. Like, they bought it with debt money. They serviced themselves well. They have they put us on the stock exchange. You know, they've made a huge amount of money in terms of commercial deals, these Chevrolet deals, this new Team Viewer deal. All of these add up, and they've made a fortune out of Manchester United. And we haven't serviced our debt well at all. It's not like it's all gone back into the club. The stadium's fallen apart. So where do you think that money's gone? A lot of it has been siphoned out of the club, my friends, and it's a damn disgrace. So they don't necessarily have much incentive to sell because that will continue to be the case. There'll still be dividends in the future. United's value is only going up, to be fair, over the next few years. It's a massive club. The fan base, look at how loyal and passionate the fan base are. Look at the outreach from everybody that's happened because of this situation. It's one of the most passionate fan base, if not, in my opinion, it is the most passionate fan base in the world. Because it's one of the passionate fan base. You can get a fan in Australia, you can get a fan in Africa, you can get a fan anywhere. And they're super passionate about this club, you know, and it's got such a global reach. It's fantastic. So, yeah, hiding in America like a scary bitch, says Aksar. Fire Up says they will sell to me, I will fire us to glory. Yes, you're right, Bob. It does show what the fans can do. If we starve them hard enough, they soon be off. That's a good point. It's all down to money for them, guys. It's all down to money. But seriously, we do need to petition the government to try and put something into place. Yes, that's right, the United Way says if the 50+1 comes in, they will have to give it up. Exactly. If we can get some sort of government legislation put in there where clubs have to be 51% fan-owned, effectively, so we have the ultimate say in what happens, then, with incidences like this, then they're definitely going to want out, aren't they? Although, I don't really know. I mean, if they've still got like 49% of the club say, or a large percentage of the club, that's not the problem. The problem is them having the overriding say. If they want to invest in the club, which is what, having 49% of the club would have been effectively, which they already have done, then that's different, even though they're not actually investing anything new into the club by selling us some shares back, which is the problem. Bastards. Anyway, Rosh Mono, thank you so much for the £5 super chat, you legend. I appreciate that, dude. He says, I tell you who would know all about this ESL, Mino Raiola. Who else do the world tour with Haaland? Why else do the world tour with Haaland? Barca Madrid was banking on this. Oh, that guy is the absolute vermin, isn't he? I'm surprised he wasn't on the bloody chair of this one, to be honest, the European Super League, as presented to you by Mino Raiola. That's what it should have been called. They missed a trick there. They could have got even more ultimate shithousery if they'd included his name in it. You know what I mean? Glazers only care about money, says JB, 100%, my friend. Okay, guys, I'm going to get into your comment section in a minute, but I'm just going to finish reading the last couple of little bits I've got to share with you. So director Paolo Maldini told Sky, AC Milan director Paolo Maldini told Sky, I have never been involved in the discussions concerning the Super League. I've seen the news on Sunday evening with the statement of the clubs. The owners decided and not me. Despite this, I want to apologise to the fans. So there you go. It seems like the same situation at most of the clubs. Nobody really had a bloody clue. Solskjaer didn't know much about it until it came out in the media, really. All the managers didn't seem to know too much about it until it was already out there in the media. So it is a disgrace how they handled all this, to be fair. And Paolo Maldini, a director at AC, he never was involved in any of the discussions. He said he only saw the news on Sunday evening. So, and he's a director at AC Milan. So it's pretty unreal, really. What a shit show. So a lot of clubs also are understood to have asked UEFA to give sanctions to all the 12 teams involved in the Super League. So other clubs from around the Premier League, from around La Liga, some of the other places, they're understood to have made themselves known that they're not very happy with the current situation, the fact that they did this and threatened this and it nearly happened, all this business, and they should be some heavy sanctions for the 12 clubs. that have been involved, guys, which I agree, as long as they're hurting the owners, because we've covered this yesterday. It's not the fans' fault, it's not the players' fault, it's not Ollie's fault, it's not the coaching staff's fault, it's just the owners' fault, it's just Woodward's fault, these guys who are actually organising and spearheading all of this business at the top of the club. That's whose fault it is. It's not the fault of the fans or the players or Solskjaer or anybody. They shouldn't be punished. We should be fined financially. We should be hit heavily financially, and if you ask me, because that's going to come out the Glazers' pocket. Well, actually, it's going to come out the bloody fans' pocket knowing the pissing Glazers. But they should actually fine, rather than fine Manchester United, they should fine the owners. That's what they should do. Don't fine the club anything. Find the fucking individual, sue the bastards for defamation of our beautiful product of the Premier League or something. Get them fucking out. Yes, that's right, Eamon Barrett. Hurt the owners, not the club. Hey, thank you, everyone. We've got over 150 likes on the stream. Thank you, everyone, for smashing that like button. Over 300 of you in here. Nice one, guys. Give that like button the old Marwan Fellaini treatment, or stick that Zinedine Zidane headbutt on it. Just like we'd all like to do to those Glazers to us. See you, Jimmy. Give you a wee little Glasgow kiss, son. And then celebrate by having a deep-fried battered Mars bar and a cheeky little iron brew. First Class Gamer says, Glazers are like the cat that got caught with the canary in his mouth, now trying to apologise while spitting feathers out. What a great way to put it. Very poetic, man. Hey, that's a great way to put it, First Class Gamers. You're so damn right. You know, we've actually got some unity at the moment, us Arsenal, you Arsenal fans and us Man United fans. Because we both hate our owners. We both want our owners out. Both of our owners in particular are the ones that don't invest fully in the club and everything else. I mean, say what you want about Chelsea and City, who wanted to go into this European Super League as well because they wanted more money too, because everybody's greedy as fuck anyway. They've got the money. They've got the owners who would invest in the facilities, who would invest in the stadia, who would invest in the team. They've got the owners. So yes, they will be pissed off with their owners, but they won't be as pissed off with their owners as we are with ours. Arsenal fans, to a lesser extent, Liverpool fans is what I think in regards to this. United fans, because of our owners not being good owners. I mean, say Roman Abramovich is a great owner, if you ask me. He might be a Russian oligarch, he might be corrupt, he might be Putin's lackey. I don't bloody know what the situation is with him. But what I do know is he's pumped a shit ton of money into Chelsea. The only reason they've won leagues and Champions League is because of him. That's what I do know. Whereas the Glazers, what we've done, we've won trophies, not because of the Glazers, but in spite of the Glazers. You know, that's what the difference is. We've won trophies in spite of the Glazers. They've won trophies because of their owners. And with Arsenal, that's the same situation as well. Got the FA Cup last year. That's in spite of Arsenal's owners, you know. So I do think that we have a lot to share in that regards, Arsenal fans, United fans, and the shit show of our clubs right now. Okay then, lads and lassies. So one last thing to cover here, I think. Let me just have a cheeky little look. Oh yes, Borussia Dortmund director Michael Zorc told Sky, this is just interesting today, it came out, Fabrizio Romano reported it at 8:51. He told Sky that no matter where we end up, Erling Haaland will continue to play for us. So in terms of Erling Haaland, they're sticking pretty strong on Erling Haaland, but they definitely didn't say anything in regards to Sancho. So because it does seem like they're not saying that about Sancho, you know. It's in regards to so Jadon Sancho could still be alive for Manchester United, is all I'm saying. But like I said, if the Glazers are going to own, going to sell the club, I should say, at the end of the year, then they're probably not going to buy Jadon Sancho or anybody in the summer. The only signings they might consider, as I say, ones that have that are bargains, basically. Maybe another Donny van der Beek type situation to improve the position to sell the club. But other than that, they're not going to buy a big money £100 million player, I don't think. Okay then, lads and lassies, we're going to get into the comments section now. I think that's pretty much everything I needed to cover in regards to the latest United news. So Edwin van der Sar is the favourite for the new job, either as vice chairman or potentially director of football. Joel Glazer's come out and apologised and crawled on his hands and knees, basically, but we don't care. We want our club back and we want these Glazers out. And also, basically, just everybody's condemned the situation. There's some reports to suggest that the Glazers may be considering selling the club right now. Edwin van der Sar could be coming after that sale as well, once Ed Woodward has overseen the sale of the club. This is some things we're seeing. Mojo Ryder, how you doing? And Eddie O2, what's good? Mojo Ryder says, if United bring in a striker, it should be Andre Silva. Frankfurt won't fight to keep him. Interesting. There you go. Well, this is it. Like, I don't think you're going to see some big money, big name signings this summer. You might see some random ones like that, though. But it is a disgrace, man. Jay Gill with a £2 super chat. Thank you, Jay. He says, you playing FIFA today, bro? Abso-bloody-lutely, my friend. Yes, we'll be back on in about, well, we're going to start the FIFA stream around about 11:30, guys. So, yeah, I'm going to stay on here until about 11 p.m., guys. So get your thoughts and opinions in about United in this current situation, and also what you think we should do with the future of the club, and any ways we can actually increase the likelihood that they leave this football club. Because I have said, and I wanted to get this sorted out today, but I wasn't able to, I have said that United should really, or United fans should really just not even, this is where we should go hard. We shouldn't stop now. We should protest, we should petition, we should make the government try and implement something similar to the system they have in Germany, where it is a 51% situation where the fans own each club, and that does protect your future. So I hope that happens sooner rather than later, guys. Eldon Mike says, Glazers and Deadwood will finish their evil plans and let out their frustration into the club. Eddie A comments, the UK should do what we have done in Germany. 50+1 will protect the people from owners ruining their clubs. You got to admire the German football model. You really do. I agree with you. It's exactly what we need to do. Lee Wesley says, oh, where are my Man United ice cream bars? I'm very surprised. It wouldn't surprise me if, that's it, they just stick a logo on everything. You can buy noodles with Man United on it in Asia. You know what I mean? White Wolf says, we want our clubs back. Absolutely, White Wolf. Hey there, Ellie. How you doing? Good to see you in here. What's new with you? I will check at some point, Vincent, but yes, probably after I've done my FIFA stream, because I'm not going to have much time in between, but probably after that. Johannes Bugger says, outside Old Trafford. Sorry, man, I've been a bit crap with my social media today and the last. Super Chat says, the Cake Cadet. Sorry, guys, if I missed a Super Chat here. Oh, the Cake Cadet, I'm so sorry I missed your Super Chat, bud. He says, was the ESL one big bluff to get more money, Pig? I mean, there's reports coming out that they spent 8 million on this. It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, it's a pretty big power move, isn't it? The thing is, would they really do that knowing what would happen with the fans? The fans already hate the Glazers. Arsenal fans already hate Kroenke. You know, it's like, would they really do that thinking the fan backlash would be as bad as it was? I don't know. I mean, I guess they thought the fan backlash would be bad. I don't think they ever thought people would be like, oh, yeah, nice, yeah, we're just abandoning the rest of the league. Let's go and make more money as a club. Yeah, I don't think anybody really wanted that. But I even think they were just astounded by the backlash that they received. I think they were ready for some backlash, but I think they were astounded by the whole football world, by Gary Neville on there saying it's a disgrace that they need to be booted out and all this stuff. So maybe it was a big bluff, but it's a pretty brazen bluff to take, because it could, like as I say, we're talking about the UK government getting involved. Boris Johnson a little while ago was saying he was going to make it very difficult for them to do this in regards to, you know, players aren't going to have work permits and all this sort of stuff. It's going to make it ridiculously difficult to do. So that's had a big impact in it. If it wasn't for the UK government getting involved, that could have also, but the fans and the UK government and everybody's addressed this situation has ultimately led to them not being able to do it. I think if that didn't happen, they'd still be progressive with this. I really, truly do. It's not like they've come to the realization that this is a bad idea and let's protect the future of the game and the history and the leagues and the pyramid. No, they haven't. They've just been, you think that the club, I've forgotten what I was talking about, guys. Oh, no, that's it. Do you think that it was a bluff? Smash a 1 if you think it was a bluff just to get more money from UEFA in the Champions League situation. Or do you think it was a genuine power move here to try and actually create this league? Smash a 2 in it. I mean, there's actually some reports to say that, like, Juventus and some of the other clubs that are still, they're still planning on coming back to this, you know. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano, just a little while ago, came out with a quote from Antonio Conte as well in regards to the Super League. Thank you, Matty Rushmano, for sending this through live. And he quoted as saying, this is what Conte said. He said, first of all, sport must almost be meritocratic. You what? Canal, check out the big brain on Antonio, mate. Canal, he's Italian. What's that? Well, I'm going to have to... Oh, meritocratic. Let me just fucking Google that. Let me just Google that. Paste and search meritocratic. Relating to or characteristic of a society in which power is held by people selected according to merit. Oh, okay. Meritocratic. I get it now. I've never used that word or seen that word ever in my life for some reason, guys. Why is that? But anyway, that's a pretty good way of putting it. So it's based on merit. He could have just said that. I think Antonio Conte's got word of the day toilet paper at home, my friend. He's trying to learn the English language while he's having a poo every day. And that's the word of the day. Anyway, he says, first of all, sport must always be meritocratic. But UEFA organises all the competitions and reserves only a small part of the money to the clubs. The clubs must be rewarded more appropriately. UEFA does not invest anything. The clubs, yes. So this is it. This is the argument here. This is why, the Cape Cadets also said maybe they've brought this up as a bluff. Facts are the facts. I mean, UEFA organises the competition, reserves only a small part of the money to the clubs. There is some sort of a situation here. It's kind of like, I guess how UEFA is. It's almost like the UFC here, right? They hold all of the cards here. They make most of the money. Whereas maybe what the other guys were trying to do, they were trying to be more like an independent boxer, like an Anthony Joshua or a Tyson Fury, where they're basically setting their own pay. They agree their own deals, they agree their own bout agreements, their own pay-per-view deals, and all that kind of stuff. And they get more a piece of the pie, don't they? Boxers earn much more per fight than somebody in the UFC. Even though the UFC might get more pay-per-views, the event might get more. It doesn't work like that. It's different. The UFC is the brand. It's not like the IBF, the WBO. I mean, it is an organization like that, but it's different. It's like the UFC own all the cards. They're doing all the promotion. They do all the promotion. They take the biggest piece of the pie. Everyone's contracted to them. And the money filters down like this. And to be fair, the people at the bottom, they're not getting very much money at all. It's kind of like that, guys, whereas the Glazers don't like that. They don't like the fact that UEFA, this organization, and all the other owners don't like the fact this other organization gets the biggest piece of the pie. But I mean, I don't know how I feel about that either as well. I do think that more clubs should be getting more money, but I don't think that the top 12 clubs should be getting more money than anybody else in the tournament. I think that if there's going to be more money involved for the teams, then it should be split up essentially equally or based on merit, as we talked about here, where people finish in the tournament. Of course. Hey, nice one. Thank you very much. The Cape Cadet says hashtag meritocratic. Get in there, the Cape Cadet. Hey guys, am I the only one? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you use the word meritocratic. Smash a 2 if you don't, and you've never really heard of that word before. Antonio Conte, mate, I'll tell you what, his English is seriously meritocratic, mate. You know what I mean? Don't think I even used that right, but whatever. Lots of 2s coming in here. Adam Talks Sports like, who the fuck is that word? Fair play to Antonio Conte, though. He's used the word meritocratic. What? He's an Italian when he uses that word, because everybody in England would say based on merit, because he would say, first of all, sport must always be based on merit. That's what you would say. He said sport must always be meritocratic. Hey, Bavish Dabu uses that word. Nice one. Stefan uses that word. Get in there. Social99 uses that word. First God's Gamer says not even used cratic. Oh, man. Hey, Poison Start, what's going on? He says, delusional. You really expect UEFA to give up money? Good job defending your corrupt overlords. I mean, I don't expect UEFA to give up more money, but maybe they will give up a little bit. I mean, I think that they will. I think that they'll have to. I think that all of these clubs are going to come together again, and they're going to have some serious discussions with UEFA, and they're going to have to find a better format that more people are happy with. Otherwise, this will happen again in the future. Eddie says, I know of the word, but don't recall ever using it. There you go. Hey, the meritocratic cadet says, what an absolutely great word. Meritocratic. The meritocratic cadet. He's changed his name. Anyway, Eddie O2, thank you so much. He says, I believe in the merit for sure, just like in the Premier League, where the champions should get paid way more for winning the trophy. I'm fed up with the teams just accepting top 4. Spot on, Eddie, yeah. Do you know what I'd actually like to see? Okay, you might actually think this is quite exclusive of other teams and lower teams, and it kind of defies the point of what we're talking about. But I actually do think the Champions Cup should be a little bit more special, right? And it should just be the champions. Maybe it should just be the champions of each country that get in there. That would make it like truly you are the champions. Or maybe the runners-up as well. But right now, it's top 4. You look at Arsenal. You look at how they changed the owners and everybody. And after Wenger's won their league titles, once it became all top 4 money, Champions League money, all this, their owners just sort of changed their goalposts. They changed it from we must challenge for the title to we must challenge for top 4. Because there's not that much difference, especially when you're not interested in the sport as much as fans are, when you just look at it from a business. There's not that much drop-off from winning the league to just getting 3rd or 4th and still having that Champions League money coming in the next year. So there are some definite problems with the current system. It needs to be looked at. I do think that it's not perfect. I think I've grown up with it in my life, never really thinking, though, that the Champions League has any real major problems. You know, maybe there's too many games sometimes throughout the season at certain times. They come in thick and fast when United have a lot of domestic tournaments and stuff to compete in. But other than that, I've always thought it's a great tournament. The problem seems to be, yet again, money. You know what I'd like to see? This is what I'd like to see. I'd like to see UEFA announce that all the money going to all these clubs is going to be given to bloody charity or something. And we're just going to do the Champions League just for sport. Take the money out of it. All money generated from TV deals and everything goes to charity. That's right, UEFA. Suck it. It's never going to happen, though. Jonathan Gallagher says, read Rushmano's comments. Rushmano says, breaking news update. Let's check this out. Ooh, interesting. So backlash begins. Premier League strip Big Six. The Big Six of key committee positions. Yes, I saw something about this earlier, actually. So Ed Woodward and some of the other guys have been sacked off of the Premier League board of... hang on, where is it? So the Premier League backlash, here we go. The organisation will also use their position of power to demand the rebel clubs recommit to the top flight's existing structure and collective approach. The TV rights sales as the price for their aborted attempt to join the European Super League. So it's understood that the Big Six will be stripped of their positions on key committees and working groups, with Premier League Chief Executive Richard Masters asking their representatives to stand down on Wednesday. So on a day when supporters groups also demanded change in their leadership of their clubs, Chelsea chairman Bruce Bucks suffered further embarrassment when he was told to relinquish his position on the Premier League's Nominations and Remuneration Committee, where he had been a key lieutenant to former Executive Chairman Richard Scudamore. Manchester City Chief Executive Ferran Soriano and Arsenal's Vinay Venkatesham have been taken off the club's strategic advisory group, which has been tasked with a strategic review. The Premier League are also seeking the removal of Liverpool's Tom Werner and Manchester United Chief Ed Woodward from the broadcast advisory group. Which rightfully so. If they can't be on the bloody broadcast advisory group when they've tried to get a new broadcast deal somewhere else in a different league. Although there are a range of opinions among the 14 clubs on how severely to come down on these rebel clubs, there is an acceptance that the ESL plans were developed by absentee foreign owners rather than club employees, and that as a result, sporting sanctions would be inappropriate. Yes, that's absolutely right. So I do think that is the right way to go about it. Find these people, remove their positions. You can't ultimately punish the fans or the players or the coaches or anybody like that. Thank you very much for that, dude. I appreciate that, Matty Rushmano. Also, President Florentino Perez present to give an interview regarding the Super League shortly after Madrid's game. That was 31 minutes ago. So we might have a bit more information because Perez is going to give an interview in the next few minutes. One Premier League club source said, whether or not the European Super League was going to happen, we all feel that the Premier League has to be changed and improved. It is time we open it up to Rangers and Celtic. That would make sense for everyone. What? Do you know what? Like, as a British league, it would be kind of awesome. Like, I mean, it would be good for Scottish teams as well, because essentially they could get more money. Like, that's the big problem with Celtic and Rangers. Their fan base is as good as anyone. Their fan base is as passionate, as tribal, as invested in the team as anybody. Both of those clubs, Celtic and Rangers. The only difference is they're playing in the Scottish League. They don't get the same money. They got good, they've got some good players in the league, but ultimately they can't keep their best players because the money's not the same as, over in the Premier League or some of the other leagues. They're always going to be like, not feeder clubs. They're not feeder clubs, but they're always going to lose out to bigger clubs. And if Celtic or Rangers were in the Premier League, I'll tell you this now, if you put them in the Premier League, now they'll probably fail for a season or two. They might get relegated. But I'm pretty sure if they had the money just from one transfer window, one TV rights deal, they'd probably sign a good few players that they can't spend that sort of money on right now and probably improve themselves overnight to a degree. And then because of their fan bases, because of their interest that they have, they would sooner or later cement themselves as pretty good standard Premier League teams. I actually believe that. Because of the support, the basis, maybe not then, maybe they're not ever going to be a United or a Liverpool or something like that, but a Newcastle or a Villa, like a cemented team within the league. That makes sense because of the following that they've got. You can compare it to some of the followers of the clubs we mentioned. So it actually would be kind of awesome. Now, I don't know how the rest of Scotland feels about that or how England feels about that in general. What would you guys think? Would you welcome in Scotland and would you welcome in Scottish teams and just have an overall British Premier League? You know, maybe even in welcoming the Welsh teams as well. I mean, we've already got 2 in the English tier system, so why not make it overall? You've got Swansea and Cardiff and these guys in there, so why not? Yes, the meritocratic critic says, the cadet says the free today. Hey guys, we smashed over 200 likes on the stream. Thank you everybody for hitting that thumbs up button. You guys rock. Appreciate the hell out of you. Smash that like button if you haven't done so. If it's your first time on the channel, guys, make sure you smash that subscribe. It ain't going to smash itself, peeps. And it's free. So make sure you hit that subscribe if you're new, because we do these streams every single day. We cover all the latest Manchester United news, and we'll keep you up to date with what's going on at this great football club. Well, it should be a great football club, but because of our owners, it's not. G says, I would. 21 Nick P says, no. Nah says, first class gamer. 100%, yeah, would love to see that, says exclusive. Rory Hill says, I'm Scottish. I think it's good. I think it would be good as well, guys. I mean, I think it genuinely would be good as well. And to be fair, those clubs with the support they have, they kind of deserve to be in there with that. I mean, okay, maybe not the rest of the, you know, maybe not St. Johnston and, you know, and St. Mirren and all these places, no disrespect, but maybe not them. But certainly the top 2 clubs, Rangers and Celtic, with the support that they had, they're actually going to bring a lot to the Premier League. They'd bring a lot to the league. It's not like they're detracting from the league. They'd bring a lot to the league. The Scottish fan base, the passion they've got, also the interest it would bring. Think about those games when, you know, United are travelling up to play at Ibrox and, you know, and it's in the league and it's a league game. Man, oh man, it's going to be a fiery cauldron, mate. I would love to see it. I'd love to see it, but it probably won't happen. The passion for the fans, let them in, says Sicario. There you go, exactly. That's what it should be more about, a fair level playing field. And unfortunately, it's not their fault that the Scottish League is a separate entity to the English League and that they're limited by how far they can go. I mean, in one way, they've got an advantage because they're always going to be in the Champions League, Celtic and Rangers, basically. Like, whoever wins the Scottish League, you have the chance to qualify for the Champions League. But your position doesn't hold as much weight, though. Like, I'm pretty sure you still have to qualify, don't you, even if you win it? Am I wrong? I don't know. I don't think the league carries much weight in terms of, like, you know, like the UK gets, or England, I should say, gets 4 teams in the Champions League. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Scotland gets 1 and they still have to qualify. Am I right? I don't know. Maybe not. Anyway, the Scottish Premier League is easy, and I think the Rangers and Celtic fans deserve real competition in the Premier League. So yeah, they're just going to win it between them. I mean, look, in my lifetime, I'm pretty sure in my lifetime, it's only ever been won by Rangers or Celtic. And even before that, you have to go back to probably, like, I don't know, like Sir Alex Ferguson when he won it with Aberdeen to find a time when it wasn't bloody Rangers or Celtic who won it. So it's a boring league in that sense. It's not boring if you're a Rangers or a Celtic fan, but it's boring for everybody else watching from the outside because it's just a 2-horse race every single year. So it would be good to have them in there. I never thought I'd say that, but, you know, I kind of feel like that would be good for the sport of football. Hi there, Ethan Chetty, what's good? United under 23s would spank them. Well, this is the thing right now. No, I'm not talking about they're good enough now. No, they're not good enough now, guys. I think if you put them in there, they'd struggle to stay up. They'd probably championship standard right now. No disrespect to any, you know, Celtic or Rangers fans. I just don't think they're cracked up to be because of the fact that they can't compete with the wages of the Premier League, and they can't obviously have as good a quality players because of that. Still got good quality players there, but I think they probably, in a couple of years' time, once that TV money's coming in, once that interest is there, once that they've started to build, they are going to get up there and they are going to compete. And because of the fan bases that they got, they'll do just fine. That's what I honestly think. I think they'd probably be like good mid-table Premier League teams going forward. You know, I really do believe that. Anyway. Look at Roshmano's comment. Okay, thank you very much. Sorry, thank you very much there. Oh, Roshmano, here we go. Okay, so Bartomeu was pushing the most to make the Super League a reality. That doesn't surprise me. Snake. He's a little slithery little snake. Anyway, pushing the most to make it reality. He and Agnelli started working on its foundations, and then they were quickly joined by Florentino Perez, United and Arsenal. Bartomeu was the only board member knowing about it at a point. What a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Thank you, the meritocratic cadet. He says, the aristocrats, the meritocrats. Oh my goodness me. Peter Comedy says, I don't like it and I hope it don't happen. Well, fair enough then. It would kill the Scottish League if they move. I mean, yes, actually, you're kind of talking about, yeah, I mean, you're kind of talking about, yeah, you are. It would actually, well, what about if the Scot, now hang on a second. There would have to be a point where the Scottish teams, like let's say the winner of the Scottish League could get into the English League. No, it's too confusing. You either have to dissolve all of the clubs into the Football League and include them all in the lower leagues and say, hey, look, St Johnstone and St Mirren, you have to start down in tier 6 of the English pyramid, you know? But Rangers and Celtic, you can go to the top. You kind of have to like divide them up around all the leagues, you know, right down to the 9th tier. You've got to do that. And that way, it would include everybody in the English Football League, and we just call it the British Premier League. Now, that's actually something I could deal with. I could deal with that, guys, yeah. Or just the Premier League. I could deal with that. But they'd have to be all dissolved in there. And how many tiers of Scottish football is there? Quite a lot. So they'd all have to be dissolved throughout the tiers. It'd be a nightmare. I do hope so, Glazers out. Yes, do you reckon they will bring the 50+1 rule? Well, we better make it happen as fans, guys. We petition, scream it from the rooftops, protest, let your local MPs know, let the government know. We're going to be doing some stuff on this channel to promote that also over the next coming days. Thank you very much, Rushmano. Appreciate that. Yes, subscribe to the channel, guys, if it's your first time here. Hit that subscribe button. Also, click the bell icon. That way you'll get a notification when we go live, which is every single day. We cover all the latest United news. Legit stuff, not bullshit, you know, not bullshit Jadon Sancho to United 17 times a week type bollocks all the time. You know, legit stuff when it's happened. Obviously, we will cover the transfers when there's legit transfer informazione. But we just try to cover all the legit Manchester United news on this channel. So if you're new, subscribe and also click the bell icon like your name was Quasimodo. Esmeralda, the Bills! 21 Nick P, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, Pig, no, you do that, you kill the Scottish football. True, but what if you dissolve all the other teams within the league and you make a new league system which includes all of the Scottish teams? You know, that's a way to do it. I'm not saying it's perfect. I mean, it's a logistical nightmare, maybe. In fact, it would be a logistical nightmare. That's the problem with it. Although everybody flies these days, you know, if you're Plymouth Argyle, could you go up to St Mirren and play? Yeah, you could. I guess. But it's not ideal. It's a little bit of a logistical nightmare. Roshmano, thank you so much. Florentino Perez. Okay, this is a direct quote from Florentino Perez. He says, we worked on this project for many years. Maybe we didn't explain it in the right way. Well said, yes. Eddie Oti says, guys, take care. Pigo, have a good footy stream. Still buzzing that our traditional footy is preserved. Good night, guys. Get in there. He says, hit the likes and subscribe to the Don. Thank you, Eddie O2. Hey there, Steve York. He says, would need to add all 4 Scottish tiers. That's true. Yeah, that's the only way it would really work is if you included all of the different teams throughout all of the 9 different English tiers. You know, or maybe just created a 10th, 11th and 12th tier and just stuck all the Scottish teams right at the bottom and said, here you go, work your way up. Oh, VAR is a fucking nightmare, says Lee Wesley. That's another thing that you've got to get rid of this summer as well. Like in between the season starting, get rid of VAR. It's useless. Roll on Saturday, Leeds, says Johnny Hot Rod. We're going to smash up Leeds on Saturday. I'm looking forward to that game, actually. I'm glad all this stuff's gone because I can actually watch the game in the hope that our owners are going to be out the door soon. And we've got our club back, hopefully. You may have to think about it a little more, Piggy, says Eddie A, definitely. Andy Hogan says, go look at what Rangers have done in Europe the last 2 years. We got liquidated in 2012, back at the top 55, and we are regulars in the knockout stages. Exactly, yeah, if you did include all of the other teams in the English League, I do think Rangers and Celtic would get up there, and I do think a lot of the other teams would get up throughout the leagues. It's just, yeah, if it's not broken, don't fix it, says Red or Dead. I guess so, yeah, I guess so. The only fair way would be to include them all, though. Pig van der Sar would be perfect, says Adam Talk Sports. I would love to see Edwin van der Sar come to the club. I hope that happens very, very soon. Sunday Leeds is the Vutinator. Steve Johnson, thank you so much, Steve Johnson, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that one, Stevie Johns. He says, I wish I could join protests in the UK, but it's a long swim from Canada. It is indeed. Well, maybe, is there any Glazer-owned businesses out there in Canada? Maybe go protest out of those, Steve Johnson. Glazers out, placards and all that. Or, I don't know. Yeah, it is a long way. Thank you so much, Steve Johnson, you legend. I appreciate that one, dude. Yes, Sunday Leeds are going down. Hushed Light says, Didier Drogba mentioning Red Star Belgrade. Is he great action. There is no poorer club in Europe who has European and world title. Football is for poor and will be forever for poor. Exactly, that's right. Exactly, you're so right, Hugh Light. That's it. It's a working class sport. It is for the people who've been playing on the streets. It is for the people who've grown up playing with a bloody, a ball of socks over with no bloody socks on. Over in some of these third world countries, etc. It is for the poor, this game, It's not, they've made it about the rich. They've made it about the money. It's not, we should just be enjoying the beautiful game. We'll rejoice in the beautiful game. And together at the end of the day, we'll all say, when I get older, I will be stronger. Just call my name and just like a waving flag. So wave your flag. Anyway. Great tune. Oh. Thank you very much for that, by the way, Rushmano, in regards. Okay, so we've got the whole... we've got a lot more quotes from the interview here coming. So, of course, we understood Florentino Perez says we worked on this project for many years. Maybe we didn't explain it in the right way. And then he went on to say the Super League would last from August until the end of the season. Money for the big teams, but also for the small teams. Right, yeah, sure. It's not about the money, though. We don't want the money. We don't want a format where only 5 teams can get into it other than the 12 founder clubs. That's the big problem, guys. It's not the fact there's a new proposition. It's or a new proposal. What it is the fact they're trying to take away the sport aspect of it. They're trying to take away the openness of it and the fact that it's fair and anybody can win it. Maybe Jire Dobgamer at some point, absolutely. Stefan Harringtonio as well. YYY789 says, how to explain to my Canadian housemates how big of an insult it was. I don't know. I guess it's kind of like, I don't know. In America and in North America, obviously you're Canadian, but in North America, it's different because in North America, they moved their teams. Imagine if they moved Manchester United to Liverpool and they called them Liverpool United, right? They just changed their name and moved them. That's the sort of thing that goes on in America, and I'm not even kidding. There has been teams that have moved states and changed names, but they're the same team. Somebody's bought a team and moved them to another state and called them a different team. That happens in America, guys. That is messed up. That's the sort of situation we're dealing with here. So I can't even really begin to explain it to Americans because I think, or Canadians even maybe, because it's a different type of system. I don't know. Nice. Alex Akundi says, bro, they worked on that for years. What the fuck do these people do with their time? I know, yeah. And also, Peter Conley says, this twat's still trying his con. That's right, this Perez is relentless. Absolutely relentless. He's gone on to say also, he said, threats, insults, it seemed like we had killed football. Football must be saved. No, you killed football, that's right. And we're trying to save football, you scumbag. Yeah, that's exactly it. Wimbledon was renamed. So that happened with Wimbledon. They moved to MK Dons. That happened, guys. We don't ever want to see that again. I think that's the only one I can remember. But you're right. And what happened? Well, it's just a new Wimbledon that got set up. It was totally bloody pointless. It didn't really benefit MK Dons. Should have started from scratch, It's a disgrace that happened also. But, that is a fair point, though. It did happen before in the UK, I suppose. Gungshi says, just tell them football is a meritocracy. Steve Johnson with another $5 super chat. Thank you, Steve. He says, it would be like moving the Toronto Maple Leafs to Atlanta. Yes, exactly. And calling the Atlanta Gumbos or something, you know what I mean? Instead of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's call them the Atlanta Gumbos, you know what I mean? Fucking stupid, isn't it? Pig, the Glazers won't sell just like the rest and not even the government can force them out, says Simon Cowie. How you doing, Simon Cowie? Well, you say that, but, surely the government has a big say in safeguarding this future of this sport, especially the government that's not in a EU market anymore, so to speak. We've had Brexit. We're obviously an independent sovereign state again. So why not? Why can't we kick them out of our fucking? Well, it's not like there's other people with vested interest in here from other what should I say? Different FAs around Europe and stuff. No, we can govern our own sports rules and our own rules for ownerships of the clubs to safeguard the future. Look at Germany. If they can do it, we can sure do it. So I don't really understand, I kind of know what you're saying, Simon Cowie. They own the club legally, but they could, if there was something in place legally to say that, I'm sorry, the government are going to buy your shares back. You're not going to lose out. This isn't a robbery. This is just making assurances for the future to safeguard football clubs to their fans. So we're making you do it. That's a little different. that is something I could see happen, to be fair, and something that should happen, and something I'm going to petition to try and make happen. Yeah, but anyway, thank you, Washmono says we got 235 likes on the stream. Let's see if we can smash 250 likes on this one, peeps. If you're just getting in, please do hit that like button. It's free. I'm good, Sabo. Thanks for asking. Batman Night Fan says Glazers out. Sam Cohen says check previous pig. Let's see if I can go up and find it. Sammy Cohen, lad. How you doing anyway, Sam Cohen? Oh my goodness me, there's a lot of comments coming in here, Sam Cohen. I can't see your comment. Can you put it in there again, please, bud? It's like, where's Wally up in this live chat right now? Kevin Hayes says the Glazers are shit, buckets of shit. Jay Blood says sell 51% to the fans so they have the say. Spot on, yeah. If the Glazers still want 49% of the business or whatnot and still make a shit ton of cash out of us and dividends and all that business, fine. But they won't. Compulsory purchase order says VKD. That's it. Safwan says pig. Read last message. Absolutely not. Stefan Harringtonio says independent sovereign state always was for fuck's sake. Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like the problem with the UK is, or England, and the fact that we were in the EU is that we weren't in charge of our own barbecue, guys. That's the problem. So you can say we're an independent sovereign state and all that, but we're not independent. We might be a sovereign state, but we weren't independent. We were in the EU. So, but we're not anymore. So more reasons why Boris and the government and these guys should actually protect some of our biggest industries, because this is a threat to one of our biggest industries, guys. The Premier League's a massive product watched by the world over, and they were trying to take it away or water it down and put it into maybe a European market here. You see, this is another thing I think it was. I think there's a power move going on behind the scenes from a political level here, guys, that we don't know about. Because think about it, the timing of it, the pandemic, the fact that Britain has just left the EU, wouldn't it be like a major coup for the rest of Europe and all these guys if they could take that big product in the Premier League and dilute it and suck out most of it for themselves? And also the Champions League as well, you know, it kind of makes sense. First Class Gamer, thank you so much for the £10 super chat, you legend. He says, these owners should stand before a select committee and answer questions on trying to screw all the other clubs over. I enjoyed seeing Mike Ashley sweat when he stood in front of MPs. Yes, this is it. Exactly. Like they need to be held accountable. They also need to be told to explain themselves. And they need to be chucked off whatever boards they're on to do with the safeguarding of this game and things like broadcast boards and all that kind of thing that we've discussed. And they need to be fined heavily. But yes, they do need to answer for what they've done here. Hey there, Pulsate Overlord Gaming. How's it going, dude? Sammy Cohen says, breaking news, pick Florentino Perez. If this product didn't work, another one will. My goodness me. Yeah, he's a scumbag, isn't he? Yeah, his quotes have just come out. Matty Roshmano's been feeding them to me. And yes, that's right. Yes, there you go. There it is. He's just sent it me as well. Matty Roshmano, thank you. He says, if this project didn't work, another one will. Absolutely. But yes, thank you for that, Sam. Edward Reed says, I've got here late. Any chance of a recap? Edwin van der Sar is the favourite to be potential replacement for Ed Woodward as a chief exec, or as somebody in the future, you know, to come in maybe as in a director of football role. But that's probably post-sale of the football club. Ed Woodward's leaving the football club until he's staying here till the end of the year, hopefully just to oversee the sale of the football club. But Edwin is in line to be the next DOF, director of football, or vice chairman or something like that, from what we understand here. Also, Joel Glazer's written a letter to fans basically apologising and backtracking and being a little weasel as per usual. The Glazers are understood to maybe be wavering about their current situation and maybe thinking about cutting their losses and maybe selling the club in the near future. And there's the Athletic were reporting that certain advisors have been consulted, and also calls have been made to American investors, etc., to see if it's possible that the club might be sold as a result of this whole Super League mess and debacle with the fan backlash. So yeah, that's basically it. There's a couple of other things to get into as well. You know, Florentino Perez has come out and he's basically said tonight various things like FIFA and UEFA did not let us explain anything. They have not been correct people. He said if this project didn't work, another one will. He said threats, insult. It seems like we had killed football. Football must be saved. You know, all of this horrible stuff just to try and justify what they were trying to do, which is actually destroying the beautiful game in several countries, and also taking a bigger pot of money for themselves and trying to dilute the rest of the game to try and stop the money going to the likes of, you know, Aston Villa and all the other teams in the Premier League, because the Premier League product would nowhere be near as good if they didn't have them in it. And also the Champions League, something that we have fought for, that is an open format. that if you qualify and if you finish in your domestic league in the right position, you get into to see who is the best team in Europe. That was at stake here as well. So that's basically all it is. The Vutinator says, Isaac, get out of here. Joe Rosa says, suspend the club for a couple of years. Absolutely, Joe. Zayn Miyasi, what's going on, dude? Appreciate you, dude. Getting in here. He says, Pig, less super chats in the future. As saving up to buy shares in Arsenal down the line when rules change so we have more of a say. Hey, respect to you, Zayn Miyasi, dude. No, that's definitely the way to do it, man. Yeah. Hopefully when your current owner's bloody out, though, right, Zane? I hope there's something comes into place where the fans can be made to buy 51% of the club, or so should I say this? The current owners are made to sell the club to the fans. Anyway, Zane Miyasi, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. No worries, you've been an incredible supporter of the channel over the years, dude. If you've got to put it in that piggy bank and save it up for Arsenal shares so your club doesn't turn into even more of a laughing stock, I completely understand. Thank you, Zayn Miyasi, though. I really do appreciate you, Zayn. You know, I was looking at my Streamlabs thing the other day, and you are like one of the biggest supporters of this channel, man. So thank you very much for Zayn for, you know, all the support you've shown me personally over the time you've been watching, dude. And don't you worry about that. Do get in here still with your comments and with your say. You don't have to super chat to have them read out by me, Zayn. You know what I'm saying? So get your thoughts in, though. Don't leave. Please don't go. Just because you've got to save up. Please don't go. You know what I'm saying? Thank you very much for that, Amy. Actually, appreciate that. Oh, we got another one here from the Meritocratic Critic. I missed that one. I'm so sorry. And also Love Hearts. Let's get Love Hearts in there for First Class Gamer, Rashi, Zayn Miyasi, of course, Kate, everybody who sent super chats over tonight. Thank you very much. The Meritocratic Cadet says the human body is roughly 60% water. Ed Woodward is 60% starch. He is a potato. Let's get a potato emoji in there. I hope you would get 100k soon, says Sabo. Oh, thank you very much, dude. Well, look, you know, I do this channel for fun and also to follow the club I love and report on the club I love. I'm just very happy that, because it could have gone really bad. I was really worried the last couple of days about, you know, what I was going to do with this channel, because if United were going to go into this European Super League, I wasn't really going to cover United, guys, so I was probably going to change it into a FIFA channel or something, you know? So I was having like a big conundrum and also a bit concerned about my own future as well, just because this is what I do, guys. I love United. I've loved following United. I love watching United. I love talking about United. And if there was going to be no more United because our owners are taking us into the wrong place and I can't stand by it anymore, then I was going to have to change my whole thing. You know what I mean, guys? So I'm very happy I don't have to do that for the time being. Anyway, we just got to get these wankers out of our club. Yes, there is going to be FIFA tonight. You know what? We've ran over a little bit. I've got FIFA set up for 11:30. That ain't going to happen, guys. I've got to get some grub down me, have a drink and stuff. It's probably going to be more like midnight, guys. More like midnight. Ed Woodward's actually full of shit. You damn right, Stefan. Joe Mama getting that potato emoji in there. Reece United says FIFA tonight. Absolutely. Okay, guys, I better wrap things up pretty soon. But please do us a big old favor and smash that subscribe button if it's your first time here. We're going to be back on tomorrow giving you all the latest Manchester United news. So if it is your first time on Flying Pig United YouTube channel, get involved. We try and do it in a as no frills away as possible. There's no bullshit. We give you all the latest goings on at the club in a community type vibe where people can have their say and get their thoughts and opinions in. So please do smash your favorite, you smash your subscribe on it. Gungshi says, Pig, you can make a channel about anything. It would be fun. Thank you very much, Gungshi. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to make a channel about boiled sweets. All right, hang on. Let me put this link in the live chat here, guys, for the stream. So we are going to do a stream. It is going to be a little bit delayed now, as I say, because we've got to get it set up and everything. But hey, lots of you guys watching tonight. Really appreciate you getting in here for this stream this evening. Bunch of legends. Also hit that like. Let's see if we can get to 275 likes. Okay, here we go. Gaming stream, FIFA stream. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to put it in there. FIFA stream. Boom. There you go, guys. So I just put it in there. Should have gone in there. Hold on a sec. Is that showing up in the live chat? No, it's not. Give me a moment. Let me, I think I'm on the wrong account here. That's the problem. Okay, I'll go over here. But yes, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Really appreciate you. The Meritocratic Cadet says, I never got my Cantona with guitar outro, Pig. That's true. And I don't have my guitar with me right now at the moment, so you're not going to get it right now either, dude. But you'll get it soon. Promise you that, man. Been saying that for about a month, but whatever. You get it soon. All right then, peeps. There you go then, guys. So we are going to be back in about half an hour. So there it is, guys. FIFA stream. I'll put it in the live chat. Please do us a big favor. Go over there, smash a like on it once this is finished, and get your thoughts and opinions in after this video is finished about anything we've discussed in this video as well. You can come back and have your say after this video is finished. Sorry if I've not responded to each and every one of you guys in here, but there's a lot of you commenting. But thank you so much for everyone who's commented. Simon Cowie, your legend as well. Come around in the future. Yeah, that's right. It probably will happen again in the future. They need to safeguard it and get the fans only in 51% of clubs. Come on, my son. Get those hashtag Glazers outs in there as well, guys. Thank you, First Class Gamer. Take it easy, La. Meritocratic Cadet as well. Gungshi, your legend. Bex, Bumming Bex, you Hey, no worries, Glazers out. No worries, man. OHB, Batman Night Fan, the Vutanet, First Class Gamer, Edward Reed, Rushmano. Oh, he says breaking news. This better be good. I'm just kidding. Let's take a look at this breaking news quick before we go. Hold on a second. So, oh, yeah, Florentino Perez, more quotes from him. He said, FIFA and UEFA did not let us explain anything. He also said, young fans don't watch football. They have other hobbies. This guy's an absolute tit, isn't he? Young fans don't watch football. They have other hobbies. Is this guy a fucking moron? He's trying to alienate an entire generation here. I mean, that's not true. Maybe young fans do have other interests as well, but you can get some really passionate young fans. This guy's a fucking idiot. He also went on to say Juventus and AC Milan have not left the European Super League. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus and AC Milan are still in talks to find solutions. So there's some breaking news to end on, peeps. It seems like the Super League is still planning to go ahead for some of these clubs, for the most corrupt of these clubs, it seems. Perez is a tit of the highest order, says Gungshi. He really is. He's a very high tit. He's a very pert tit, isn't he? Exclusive says, this guy is so fucking dense. What else do us football fans do, especially in lockdown? I know, he's an idiot. That's the thing. Lockdown has been a trying, terrible time for everybody. People dying all over the place. People losing loved ones. Everybody's stuck indoors. And we've used football as an escape. It's been so important to us, guys. And they're trying to take it away from us, these wankers. Yeah, you can get a shout-out, GGMU TV. Shout-out to you, man. Eldon Mike as well. Shout-out, Simon Cowie. First Class Gamer says 5-star dickhead. Yep, that's it. That's right, yeah. Rick says he's not a perky tit. He's a saggy tit. He's one of those National Geographic titties, isn't he? With the big nipples. Anyway, guys, that's it. We're gonna leave it there now, guys. But thank you very much. Right, guys, we're going to leave it there. You're a bunch of legends. Thank you for tuning in. Come back in a little bit and get your thoughts and opinions in the video after it's finished. If you're new, subscribe and all that as well. You can follow us on social media, Flying Pig United on Instagram, Flying Pig United on Facebook, and also Mr. Flying Pig HD on Twitter. You can also check out the website, flyingpigunited.com. So please do, and also, like I say, come back once this video is finished and have your say in the not live comments about anything we've discussed. See you later on, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Back in about 30 minutes with a bit of FIFA action. We're going to be smashing up a whole bunch of fools. If you're bored, come back and have your say, guys. Come back and get involved, I should say. Right then, see you in a bit, peeps. Take it easy. This is the Pig. Thanks for watching. Much love to all the Bacon Brigade out there. What a community of legends we've got here, seriously. Like, thank you guys for showing your passion over these last few days and interacting with me. It's been a crazy couple of days, guys, but I feel like the fan base has got there in the end, and we've ultimately got what we want, and we might even get what we really want, what we really, really want, which is those Glazers out of our club. Let's end this stream with a hashtag Glazers out. Spam it out in the live chat, guys. Let's be having you. Where are you? Glazers out. See you in a bit, guys. This is the Pig. Take it easy and come on, United. When the seagulls follow the troller. This is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. And there we have it, guys. That is the end of the stream. Thank you so much, everyone who's got in here tonight with the latest news on Manchester United, the latest goings on with the Super League. Florentino Perez is an absolute dickbag. Thank you for all these hashtag Glazers outs at the end. Rushmano, Mark Coughlin, the Vutinator, Glazers out, Gungshi, Fozzie Ozzy, Aaron Homeyard, Denzel Washington, Stefan, Rushmano, the Meritocratic Cadet, Gungshi, Brandon COHB, Ellie, and everybody else as well. Thank you so much. These are just the channel members here who help support this channel by being members. They also get access to emojis and a badge next to their name. But thank you very much to all the channel members on this list that you can see rolling down your screen. Great community of legends that help support this channel. So thank you guys for believing in this show. Yeah, nice one there, OHB, and also Diesel Daily, Alex Roast, The Spiritual Being, Gungshi, Take K Legend, Eldon Mike, and down to the level 3 channel members here, the Sausage Soldiers. Thank you guys for being members of the channel. And now the Pork Platoon level 4 members. Shout out Ollie In, Trav, and Travis. And Travis actually made this ending screen, so shout out to Travis. And then Tox Cole at the end in the Gammon Gang. Get in there. Goodbye, Savu, Lon, Rushmano, everybody else in the live chat. Legends, the lot of you. Come back, have your say once this is finished in the not live comments, and I'll respond to you in there. See you in about half an hour for FIFA 2. Peace, guys.